The Bar Group, raising the bar in real estate. Your Lake Highlands, Lakewood, Preston Hollow pros. You can find them at thebargroup.com. Unparalleled customer service for your real estate needs. The Bar Group.
Coming through.
SD, make me something to eat.
I think that the funniest thing happened to me. I taught a pickleball group this morning, and at the end of the lesson, one of the players stomps their foot and goes, "Ugh, I got to go to work now," and that really pisses me off. And she was really pissed off, and she was serious because she wants to stay and play pickleball. I think that's funny. Speaking of pissing people off, this next guy, this gentleman, Racquet Sports professional, is well known here in Texas as well as I don't know where he's at in Michigan now. He's 25 years in the Racquet Sports industry. He's a 4-year letterman at Augusta University, and his oldest son, Gavin, who I saw as a baby, is playing line 2 at the Naval Academy. Congratulations there. And between he and both his boys, they have 9 total state champions. And I really hate giving this guy all these accolades, but hell, why not? His name is Wilcie Segraves. He's the director of Racquet Sports at Kalamazoo Country Club. Wilcie, what's up?
Hey guys, how you doing? Misty, get me something to eat.
No, it's Mom Meatloaf now. Oh, what's up, man? How are you?
Oh, just have a little time in between some Racquet Sports, and was looking forward to talking with you today.
Well, I'm glad you gave us time here, so we'll just get this party started.
Yeah.
Right now, it's like 53 degrees and sunny in Dallas here, I think. Maybe 50. What's it up where you're at? Where are you at again? Kalamazoo, Michigan?
We're in Kalamazoo, Michigan. It's 22 degrees. We got a lot of snow out there.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, so I'm learning how to drive on the snow. I'm getting pretty good at it.
Well, that's good. So let's talk pickleball. Why pickleball? Why'd you decide to start? What got you into it?
Well, at the last club I was at, we started having some members getting out and playing on their own, and it started to snowball a little bit. And so we started doing some programming to support that, and purchasing all the equipment, the nets, and et cetera. And as we started to get out and play, we were having a great time with it. We then hosted a pickleball and a platform certification with the USPTR, I think. And so I actually was already certified in tennis and platform, but I got another platform certification, and then got my pickleball certification and started teaching it more, playing it more. And, I think as much as I love tennis dearly, but I think pickleball is just as much, if not more, fun to play.
That's
so
amazing.
I play quite a bit. I'm playing tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. with some diehard pickleballers, and tomorrow morning, looking forward to that.
Well, is Captain Forehand still around, or is he gone for pickleball?
He's still here. I can, it's even bigger. My forehand's even bigger now. I'm 230 pounds. When I worked with you, I was 170 pounds. So you just, it's exponentially bigger now.
Well, we all know that the forehand's really not the primary shot in pickleball. It's probably the backhand, right?
Yeah. Well, that's true. Well, the one thing is, like with me, you don't give me an overhead. You're toast. If you lob me, you're gonna eat it. But yeah, I'm doing my best to develop my backhand as well. Yeah.
So when what's the do you like have your what's your certifications in? Do you do certifications? I had a player on didn't do certifications. I had one that did, and so what's your take on that? Who's it with, if I can ask? It's all good with that. I'm not trying to say one's better than the other.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying, at our club we brought in and hosted US PTR, PPTR, PPR. We did a pickleball one and a platform one. So if I have my order correct, we've got tennis US PTA certification, then also the pickleball platform, and then I've got a different platform certification as well. So, I mean, I think it's nice to have those because I mean, the big thing when you do those certifications is you learn from some other people. So if you've got a group, we had a group of 12, basically tennis pros getting pickleball certifications, and, the tester's usually very knowledgeable. So you're getting to learn a few new things. But having a 25-year background in teaching tennis, you can apply a lot of those same teaching practices and carry it over into pickleball, even though they're different sports. So having such a long background in tennis teaching makes teaching pickleball even easier. And I mean, I love teaching pickleball. So I like to play it. I like to teach it. I don't know that you necessarily have to have a certification to be good at teaching pickleball, but I mean, if you're going to be in the professional industry, I think it's the right thing to have your certifications.
So you mentioned platform tennis. We had a director on a few weeks back, and he it's Guga Gonsalves. He's up to
yeah.
You know him at the Chevy Chase Club?
I do. Yeah, I actually think he was my tester for platform.
Really? Well, he's the director of Racquet Sports down here at Brook Hollow Golf Club.
Did he move from Washington D.C. area?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. He was
him.
my tester for both my platform certifications. Yeah, he's quite knowledgeable.
Well, that's cool. So you said you do platform. You have platform there at the club as well?
Yeah, we've got a couple very nice platform courts, and we're trying to get that program going up and running. We're just having so much success with the pickleball that it's stealing platforms thunder at least at my club. And people, some people can only get out, one or two things a week with their busy schedules. And what's happening a little bit is they're picking pickleball over platform because we have an indoor gym where we've got 3 pretty nicely done pickleball courts, and they'd rather be 65 degrees than 12 degrees. It's 22 degrees right now.
Mm-hmm.
So the platform is a ton of fun. I love to play and teach that as well. But right now we're building a brand new club, and so right now we don't have the indoor tennis courts. Although we're building 3 indoor tennis courts that will also be lined for 6 pickleball courts, and we're also going to have 4 outdoor designated pickleball courts that may grow to 6. And we'll have a couple platform courts. But yeah, pickleball's really kicking butt at my club.
So what's the overall, like, you're in Michigan and we've had different players and professionals on here from all around the United States so far. I'm fortunate enough to have them, but what's the vibe around there? Is it like a seasonal? Is it busier like when it's cold, or is it busier when it's warmer, or is it just busy all the time depending on the weather up there in Michigan?
Yeah, for pickleball, people are trying to play all year round. So it's we've gone. So we never had a year-round program at my club. They brought me in to build a program. We've always had summer tennis. So at our club, it had always been you had tennis in the summer. That was about it. We had a little bit of platform in the winter, but now we're year-round. Everybody wants to play pickleball all year round. And the winter, so in the winter right now they do pickleball and a little bit of platform. In the warmer months like summer, they'll do a good bit of pickleball and a good bit of tennis. And as far as this region, this area, pickleball's year round. We have a lot of the tennis clubs that have indoor courts are getting loaded up with people playing pickleball on the tennis courts. And it's actually some of the clubs, it's really helping them because there were a lot of dead hours of tennis, and they're filling that up with pickleball. So some of the other clubs are pretty full all day with tennis and pickleball. So it's really been in a lot of ways, it's been a good thing especially for the pros that are receptive to pickleball. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think it's getting better and better, but you have pockets of pros that are, kind of anti pickleball, and but you're seeing less and less of that. And a lot of smart clubs that are smarter are doing a good job blending both racket sports. And you can fill up your courts all day if you're doing both. Mm-hmm. That's what I think.
Now, do you have a similar to tennis? And I think I love the platform thing. I've never played it, but I'm glad you brought that up because I would like to have some platform players come on that aren't tennis like us, primarily tennis background, played college, did what they could in college.
Yeah.
And then help build junior programs, blah, blah, blah. But are there specific pros that go into platform tennis and then they kind of expand out, or does it all start with the game of tennis and pickleball and all that?
I would say it more starts with tennis, and you've probably noticed this as well, but tennis players, people with a really solid tennis background, they pick up pickleball and platform tennis very quickly. And people who, if they haven't had a good racket sports background in tennis or maybe even squash, then, they get passed really quickly by the people that grew up playing college tennis, junior tennis, that kind of thing. And as far as people teaching platform tennis, I would say a lot of them had a background in tennis, but not all. I don't know that there's a lot of pros that are just platform only. There's probably a few, I'm sure, but there's some platforms huge up north in areas like Chicago and up in the very northeast, where there are probably some pros that's mostly what they do, and then maybe they do something else when it gets warm in the summer. But
so what's your definition of platform tennis? I've heard it's like a battle between the fences. I've heard different. How do you define it? I mean, what defines
tennis with a second chance. So in tennis, if they hit it past you, the point's over, right? And what's really fun about platform is you can play the ball off the screen before it bounces a second time. So if somebody hits an overhead, you're able to play the carom. You're able to play it off the screen and reset the point. And when you watch people who are really good at pickleball, it's a hell of a workout because points can go on and on and on because they can't slam it. They can't really slam it past you. And in fact, if they hit the overhead kind of hard, it can be a disadvantage. You're really trying to maneuver your opponents out of the way and hit it softly into the fence behind them, so it's harder for them to dig it out. So it's when you're playing with good people, it's a ton of fun. It's a little hard for beginners. Sometimes the beginners, they don't even hardly play the screens.
You just push them in the screen and say dive. Is that what you
do? I mean, if it gets past them, the point's over.
Yeah.
But when you watch intermediate and up platform, there's a skill and then a rhythm to it. And so, for me at this point in my career, I greatly enjoy mixing it up. I'm teaching tennis sometimes, I'm teaching pickleball sometimes, I'm teaching platform sometimes, and also playing all three, and trying to get as good at platform and pickle as I used to be at tennis. It's kind of fun to, almost like a Renaissance person, kind of being able to do more than just one thing well.
So what we just learned is that Will was really full of himself and he's really good. Yeah. And you're awesome. But speaking of playing pickleball.
Misty, where's my lunch?
Will you shut up? Listen, don't listen to him, Misty. Throw something at him.
I worked all day.
Anyway, going back to playing pickleball, are you playing tournaments at all, or are you going to start playing?
Yeah. Actually, my 17-year-old son and I played a tournament.
What was it? Where
was
it?
The first tournament I played, and he and I played together, and we managed to win the tournament. So my 17-year-old plays a lot. He plays every week when we have our match play days, in and around his tennis training schedule. Mm-hmm. He loves to play. My older son at Navy, when he visits, he plays. Because he's a D1 tennis player, he picks it up in like 2 seconds, but he plays pickle and platform with us when he's in town as well. So I'm hoping to play a few tournaments in pickle this year.
Well, good. You come to Dallas, you come to Texas, we'll meet and play together.
Okay.
So is there a paddle you like? Is there any company you like the most, and what's the paddle you use, stuff like that?
Well, Head Racquet Sports has been extremely supportive. So I've been primarily just working with them. Scott Ray, which is our rep. When I came here, when I started last January, like I said, we didn't have any program at all. So I was starting it from scratch, and with some of the shipping issues in the industry, I couldn't get some of the other major companies who I won't throw under the bus, but they wouldn't help me at all. And Head Racquet Sports stepped right up. And so I use them for almost everything, because of how well they treated me trying to get my program going. And I'm quite pleased with with all their products.
Which paddle do you like the most, or do you switch?
The
paddles?
Radical Elite.
Okay. You switch it all. You just stay with that same one.
I can play it. I can play with anything. It really doesn't matter.
Like a hammer or something like that.
You put anything in my hand, and you're probably in a bit of trouble.
And you're gonna play with it.
That's right.
Okay. So you said okay. So then let's talk about you, your family, your kids, your pets. Tell us about where you're from and your family and where you went to school and all that.
I'm originally from Atlanta, Georgia, but I grew up a lot in Dallas, Texas. Went to the awesome Lake Highlands High School,
where we live,
and that was big time Friday night football. Played my tennis at Augusta University for 4 years, and I'm now currently married to Misty, the most awesome wife ever. For about 4 years, I've got 4 kids total. I've got 3 biological children and 1 stepchild. My 2 older ones are, I feel like we've got them going really well in tennis, and I'm excited about that. All the kids are doing. I was not a great student, but all my kids are AP students, and I don't know where they got it from, but I'm happy
I'm sure they got it from you and their mom. They're pretty smart, buddy. Come on now.
Yeah, but I'm probably just as proud of their grades as anything, even more so than their tennis. But my older son's graduating from the Naval Academy this year. He's going to be a weapons systems officer, a flight aviation officer. So kind of like Goose and Top Gun is what he's headed for this summer. Although he might get kind of hired away and do intel for the Navy SEALs. So they may be hiring him and a couple of his friends that did some projects.
Good.
So he's playing his last semester of college tennis this spring, and then he graduates. So
that's good.
I've got a 2-year-old Australian Shepherd. That's the best dog ever, and I got a cat.
So we're gonna move on to the next segment here. It is called oh my gosh, where are my manners at? What's your favorite shot?
Fireball.
I'll tell you mine. Oh, you call it a fireball? I'm sorry. What's your favorite pickleball shot?
Oh, I thought you meant like drink.
Yeah, pickleball shot. It's called the pickleball show, not the
you said
liquor shot.
You said what's my favorite shot? I thought you were talking about a drink.
Nope.
My favorite shot in pickleball is the overhead. Like I was telling y'all earlier. I mean, you literally cannot lob me. You can't get it over me. And
that's my favorite shot's the lob, though. You know that?
Well, I wouldn't hit it. I would not hit it against me. Even at 50 years old and 230 pounds, I've got a wicked Sampras scissor kick overhead.
Oh my God. Anyway,
if you lob it, you're going to lose the point.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll have to see that one at some point in time. All right. Yeah. So now we're going to this is called the segment. It's called In the Kitchen. I may have said that. And now we're going to talk about what's your favorite movie. Mine is I'm watching right now is Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh gosh, my favorite movie of all time. That's a tough one. Chariots of Fire was one of my favorite films. I watched with my mother. We went to the movie theater and waited an hour in line in 1980 in Dallas, Texas. That's one of my all-time favorite movies.
You saw Chariots of Fire in the movie theater.
Mm-hmm. I saw the original Star Wars in the movie theater the day it came out.
Yeah, my parents used to play that soundtrack to put me to sleep from Chariots of Fire, so go with that one.
No, that would get me. You play Chariots of Fire, it gets me fired up. I'm ready to go run a 5K.
So anything you're binge watching? I am binge watching this. I watched the Pez Outlaw. You seen that on Netflix?
Well, right now the Australian Open's on, so I'm watching that a lot, obviously. Open. So I got it on in the background right now.
You see
we got done watching that Netflix series. Wednesday was really good. But I like a lot of crime documentaries because I think I can solve them better than the experts.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that.
So, what's your favorite band right now? What were you jamming to in the 23 weather when you were coming into work today?
Well, I almost never have it off the 80s new wave satellite radio station.
I was cranking up Yes, Owner of a Lonely Heart. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not new wave, but I like anything 80s. So I like Yes, but yeah, I like a mixture of the Smiths and Joy Division and Cure and all the psychedelic furs and all that. The good music.
Yes. What about podcast shows? I've been listening to the Dana Carvey and GB Christmas, David Spade podcast. If you listen to that, it brings all the alumni from ever all the way back to the 70s come on there and they talk about their experiences. It's pretty cool.
When I listen to podcasts, I like to listen to like historical things like Billy the Kid, stuff like that.
Oh, well,
I like Custer, any kind of. I like history. I enjoy history quite a bit. That's the only subject I did well at in school.
Yeah, well, historically, that no pun intended. Someone told my wife that my oldest son really likes history, and he said that that's a huge segue into being an attorney. You're a living example that it's not. It's like sports so much. I mean, history so much. Well, listen. How would people reach out with you? Say they have to move to Michigan, or say they're in Michigan and they want to do paddle, they want to do pickle, they want to do platform. Sorry, and tennis with you. How would they get in touch with you, Will?
Well, I'm at Kalamazoo Country Club, and give a little plug to my club. We're building $100 million new club, and we'll eventually tear down the existing one. We've started construction on that. We're doing the landscaping and grading of the land right now, but it'll be one of the nicer new clubs in all the Midwest area. So we'll have, like I said, we'll have the 3 indoor courts. We'll have outdoor designated platform and pickleball. But yeah, they can email me at will@KalamazooCC.com. That's probably the best way to get to me, and I'm pretty good about responding. And yeah.
So I can be reached at Curtis, Curtis, at Reese, Reese, Racketsports.com, or you can download the app, Vocal Now app, and you could check out all of our lists. So yeah, check those out. We'll see. We've got some athletes from the Dallas area you probably grew up watching that are coming to the studio every once in a while. And maybe Misty might want to watch something like the Mom Game or something like listen to this awesome show, the Pickleball Show.
Misty, where's my fireball shot?
Anyway, well, hey, man, I appreciate you coming on, and we'll stay in touch. Will Segraves, the director of Racquet Sports at Kalamazoo Country Club. Right, brother?
Well, yeah. Thanks, Curtis. I've missed you so much over these 20 years.
You are awesome and weird at the same time. Take it easy, bro. I'll talk to you later. See you, bro.
All right.
Coming through.